All right, so people get laid off, fired, some resign, and others have their contract not extended. Most of the time, they prepare themselves for the last day at work, but hardly budget and save their last check. What are also some of the most important things that one's last salary can go to? Are there simplified ways of investing that one could put their last salary into? Perhaps something every month. So, joining me via satellite link is Annelien van der Poel from Debt Rescue. Good evening and welcome to once again, Annelien.
Good evening, Stevie, and thank you as always for having me.
All right, we keep talking about that last salary check, perhaps something that people don't want to think about. What do you do with that last salary check?
You know what, Stevie, I think if you are aware that this is going to be your last salary check, it's very important that you know how it's going to be spent. And if you have enough of a heads up, start revisiting your budget. So in other words, start looking at where your money is going, start making cuts where you possibly can so that you have sufficient funds to firstly start saving something. You need to, as soon as you are aware of a situation where your income is going to be reduced or completely taken away, is to immediately move towards a situation where you are saving towards that. The rule of thumb in the industry is if you have between 3 and 6 months worth of expenses covered on a saving, then at least you should be fine to see you through until such time as you have an income again.
The surprise, of course, is that you may not know it's your last salary check, and it may come to as quite a surprise. Today, a lot of people are getting retrenched without much notice. Should you always keep that in the back of your mind?
I think so. I think with the current economic climate being what it is, I think that people should be very cautious. There's no such thing as a 100% guaranteed job at this point. So I think immediately start taking that into account. Look at paying off your debt. Don't incur unnecessary debt if you can avoid that at all costs. And like I say, revisit your budget, see where you can make those cuts, and that money that you are able to save, obviously put it towards some form of savings that can see you tide you through in a difficult situation.
Lastly, Annelien, the whole concept of retrenchment at this moment, of course, with the economy is bad. What do you do if you're retrenched? Can one go get some counseling? Should one maybe go get some debt counseling as well? What is the first step that one should do besides looking for another job?
Well, obviously, yes, as you say, looking for another job is very important. But once you hit that position, if you feel that you need a support system, obviously there's a lot of facilities out there where you can contact them and ask for assistance and counseling you. Most of the time you can do this telephonically, even at no charge. But when it comes to taking care of your debt, is to immediately, depending on what your circumstances are, if you are in a position where you are married, for example, and your spouse has still got an income, absolutely look towards debt counseling, because debt counseling is there to assist you when you are over indebted. And in a case where you still have an alternative income along with it, debt counseling is a brilliant alternative to make those arrangements. If you have no income, my recommendation would be is to immediately investigate with the debt that you do have, whether you have retrenchment cover as part of your insurances on that, and inform your credit providers accordingly then, and tell them that you would need to make use of such retrenchment cover if it is covered.
Brilliant. Annelien, as always, thank you so much, and we'll catch you soon. All right, the first ever box shop has been launched in Soweto, an innovative, audacious lifestyle retail outlet. There's a set to revolutionize how retailers market their products. The shop is a platform for young entrepreneurs to engage with their customers and enable access to the SME market.